Welcome to Deltona Biz Review. Today we're diving into a place lots of you have been asking about.
That's right. We're talking about Bagel King Bakery over at 777 Deltona Boulevard.
Exactly. You've been curious, so we've gathered up what the locals are saying, the real buzz. Our goal today is really to unpack what makes Bagel King tick, focusing on, quality, price, value, and just the overall feel of the place.
Yeah, we've pulled insights from Yelp, TripAdvisor, and even checked out their own website to get a well-rounded view for you.
Okay, so let's kick things off with the overall reputation. What's the general vibe?
Well, it looks overwhelmingly positive, actually. You've got Yelp with 90 reviews, TripAdvisor with 103 reviews.
Right.
And both platforms show an average rating of 4.5 out of 5 stars.
Wow, 4.5. That's pretty solid and consistent across both.
Exactly. That kind of consistency, it really suggests they're hitting the mark for most people most of the time here in Deltona.
And I saw something interesting on TripAdvisor, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're ranked number 1 out of the 3 bakeries listed in Deltona. Number 1.
That says a lot, doesn't it? Being the top-ranked bakery, according to reviewers, that's quite an achievement. It really points to strong local support.
Absolutely. So, beyond the ratings, let's get into the specifics. The food quality, that seems to be a huge point.
Oh, definitely. Review after review mentions the bagels. People use words like fresh, delicious, soft. It comes up constantly.
Freshness is key for bagels, I think.
Totally. And it's not just the taste, but also the variety and the size. One reviewer actually called Bagel King the King If bagels, specifically because of the variety and like how big they are.
King If bagels. I like that. And people get specific too, right? Not just good bagel.
Oh, yeah. Very specific. The bacon, egg, and cheese bagels, for instance. Lots of comments about them being huge and really generously filled.
Sounds like you get your money's worth there.
Seems like it. Then there was someone raving about the cheddar bagel with chive cream cheese. Called it the best one I've ever had.
The best ever. That's serious praise.
It really is. And it's not just savory stuff. The French vanilla cold brew gets mentioned. People like the vanilla taste, how sweet it is.
Okay, so drinks too. What about pastries?
Yep. The cheese Danish was described as big and really good. Even the brownies got a shout out for having a perfect consistency between cake-like and fudge.
Ooh, that sounds good. Like they know they're baking beyond just the bagels.
Exactly. Sandwiches too, tuna and turkey were called awesome. And the classic bagel and lox, described as to die for.
To die for, okay. They seem to hit a lot of favorites. Any seasonal stuff mentioned?
Yeah, pumpkin bagels and pumpkin cream cheese were highlighted. So they do seasonal specials, which people seem to appreciate.
Nice. And I heard something about everything bagels.
Yep, considered excellent, especially when they're hot. And the flavored cream cheeses, pineapple, was another one called to die for.
Pineapple cream cheese. Interesting. I can see why people compare them favorably to the big chains.
Right. Several reviewers explicitly said Bagel King is better than, say, Einstein bagels. Better quality, better value. That local preference really comes through.
And doesn't the bakery itself talk about how they make them?
They do. On their website, they mention using old-fashioned methods, including kettle boiling. They say that's what gives the bagels that authentic crustiness and bite.
Ah, kettle boiling. That's the traditional New York style, isn't it?
That's the idea, yeah.
Yeah.
It adds to that whole authentic feel people seem to love.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit to price and value. We touched on the huge portions.
Right. One reviewer definitely felt they got a huge bagel for a low price.
Yeah.
So good value perception there.
But value isn't just price, is it?
No, exactly. There was another comment. Someone spent $22 on 3 bagel sandwiches. And their point was, for that price, the order should be right. It implies an expectation of, accuracy and quality matching the cost.
That makes sense. It's about the whole package. Does Bagel King acknowledge that?
Well, their website says they aim to provide the best bagel for their dollar. So it sounds like they're aware of balancing cost and quality.
Good. Okay, what about the place itself? The ambiance. What's it like walking in?
The descriptions paint a picture of somewhere comfortable, kind of familiar, old school, and homey are words used.
Old school. I like that. Not too slick or modern.
Seems that way. People call it a cute spot to sit and eat breakfast or grab it to go. So it works for both lingering and quick trips.
Is it clean? That's always important.
Yep. Cleanliness, including the restroom, got positive mentions. That's always a good sign.
Definitely. What about practical stuff? Seating, Wi-Fi?
They've got both indoor and outdoor seating. And yes, free Wi-Fi is available. Plus a self-serve soft drink and coffee bar with free refills.
Ooh, free refills. Always a bonus.
For sure. And they even have a semi-private room you can use for small parties or like business meetings.
Wow, they've really thought about customer convenience beyond just the food.
Yeah, it seems like they're trying to be more than just a bakery, maybe a bit of a community hub.
Feels like it. Now, the crucial part for any local spot, the service. What's the verdict there?
Mostly really positive. The staff get described as sweet, kind, helpful, friendly. People even mentioned staff being loyal to their customers.
That's lovely to hear. Friendly service makes such a difference.
It really does. And fast service comes up a lot too, even when it's busy.
Oh, good. Nobody likes waiting forever for their bagel.
Right. One review even praised them for working quickly and being attentive despite being short-staffed, which is impressive.
That really shows dedication. But was it all positive? Usually there are a few bumps.
Yeah, you're right. To give the full picture, there were a couple of negative comments. One person mentioned hearing unprofessional arguing between employees.
No, not great.
No. And another felt ignored by someone specific on the staff.
Hmm.
And then there were a couple of order issues mentioned. One person had an incomplete order and felt the bagels weren't fresh that time.
Okay, so maybe some inconsistency there.
Possibly. Another person had repeated issues with how their bagels were toasted, like not toasted when they asked, or vice versa.
Little things like that can be frustrating, especially if it happens more than once.
For sure. So while the overwhelming feedback on service is good, these points show there might be occasional lapses or areas for improvement.
Right, good to have the balanced view. So for folks in Deltona wanting to try it out or regulars who just love it, let's give the details.
Okay, the address is 777 Deltona Boulevard, Deltona, Florida, 32725.
Got it. And a phone number.
Yep, it's 326-574-5729. And they have a website too, deltonabagel.com.
Perfect. What about opening hours? When can people get their bagel fix?
They're open Tuesday to Friday from 6:00 a.m. to 3:00 p.m.
Early start, good for commuters.
Definitely. And Saturday and Sunday, they open slightly later, 7:00 to 2:00 p.m.
And close Mondays.
Closed Mondays, correct. Gives them a day off.
Okay, so wrapping up this deep dive on Bagel King of Deltona, what's the final takeaway?
Well, based on what the locals are saying, it really seems like a beloved local institution.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Praised for quality, those fresh bagels, the generous portions. People feel they get good value.
And that friendly service, the old school, homey atmosphere that comes through strongly too.
There were those few mentions of service hiccups or order issues, but the overall feeling seems very, very positive. Like getting a true taste of New York right here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It really shows how focusing on, good ingredients, the traditional way of doing things, and just being friendly can build a really loyal following in a town like Deltona.
When they're on their game, it sounds like they really nail it.
Seems that way.
Well, we hope this has given everyone listening a clearer picture of Bagel King.
Yeah.
Definitely let us know what other Deltona businesses you're curious about. We love getting your suggestions.
Yeah, keep them coming.
And hey, if you found this review helpful, please do give us a like and subscribe to Deltona Biz Review for more local business insights.
Absolutely. And looking ahead to our next review, we're actually heading just slightly out of town, but somewhere we know a lot of Deltona folks go.
Oh, where are we headed?
We're going just over the border to Orange City to check out the Longhorn restaurant there.
Ah, Longhorn. Yeah, that's a popular spot. Makes sense to cover it, even if it's technically Orange City.
Right. Lots of Deltona residents eat there, so we figured we'd see what the locals think of it for the next Deltona Biz Review video.
Sounds like a plan. Looking forward to that one.